topic 3.3. Number 2, we want to demonstrate that this is not a function. We want to demonstrate that this is not a function. First, I'm going to let y be a value. And let's say we're going to let y equal 4. Let's say 4. Well, if y equals 4, what we have is x 4 to the second power equals 3600. 4 times 4 will be 16. Then I solve for x by dividing everything by 16. And this will give me x. And 16 goes into 36. Let's see. If I divide that by 4, I'll get 4 here. If I divide that by 4, I'll get 900. And if I take half of this, this will give me 450. And if I take half of that, this will give me 225. Alright, so x will be 225. Then, from there, I'm going to let y equal the opposite value that I chose. This will work with any value except for 0. So you can choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, any positive value. And then here choose the negative of the value. So we'll have x negative 4 squared equals 3600. Negative 4 squared gives us 16 equals 3600. And we'll divide both sides by 16. We'll have x equals the same result here, which is 225. Now, the result here says that we have 225, comma, y, which is 4. This result gives us x is 225, and the result, y is negative 4. So, since these are 2 points that are in the same line, this demonstrates that you have the same input but different output. Therefore, this cannot be a function. Okay, number 9. Number 9, this is actually called the difference quotient. It shows how to find the slope of a function in calculus. So, k is defined as 1 over x. So we're going to use substitution. Instead of 1 over x, this will be 1 over a plus h minus k of a, which will be 1 over a. Everything will be over h. Now, from here, I'm going to multiply by the LCD, the least common denominator. Our denominators are a plus h, a, and 1. A plus h, a, and 1. Which means that we have a LCD of a times a plus h. And I'm going to multiply that by the numerator and the denominator. Multiplying by the numerator, the a plus h cancels and we get a times 1, which is a. Here, the a's cancel and we get our negative and the a plus h. In the denominator, everything multiplies and we get a, h, and a plus h. Everything multiplied here. Next, I'll distribute my negative. We'll have a minus h all over a times h times a plus h. Here the a's cancel, and we're left with a negative and an h all over a h, a plus h. These h's simplify to 1, so we get negative 1 all over a times a plus h. Now you can distribute the a or leave it on the outside. It will still give us the same results. This is what we're looking for at the end. Now we'll do composition. this is g composed with f. This means that g is the outer function and f is the inner function. Well, let's work with the outer function first, g. G is defined as the input minus 5, the input minus 5. So this will be input of f of x minus 5 instead of the x minus 5. Next, now that I got the outer function, now I'll deal with the inner function, the f of x. F of x is defined as x squared plus 2x plus 1. So this will be x squared plus 2x plus 1, all minus 5. These two are like terms. I can simplify those and get x squared plus 2x minus 4. And this is the function for g composed with f. Now the function k of f, k composed with f. This is interpreted as the function k is the outer function and the function f as the inner function. The outer function k is represented here. The input here, x, is the 1 over the input. So 1 over the input here will be 1 over f of x. And f of x now can be represented by x squared plus 2x plus 1. So this will equal 1 all over x squared plus 2x plus 1. That's our final form. Next, f composed with f. This means that our outer function is f and our inner function is f. Okay. The outer function is input squared plus 2 times the input plus 1. So we'll have the input f of x squared plus 2 times the input f of x and then plus 1. Then the inner function, which is still f of x, would be x squared plus 2x plus 1 all squared plus 2 times x squared plus 2x plus 1, then plus 1. Okay. Next, I need to do an expansion on this trinomial here. The expansion of the trinomial will be x squared times x plus 2x plus 1. Then that'll be 2x times x squared plus 2x plus 1. And then 1 times x squared plus 2x plus 1. When I multiply this with itself. So x squared times all of these would give me x to the 4th power plus 2x to the 3rd power plus x squared. 2x times all these terms will give me 2x to the 3rd power, 4 plus 4x squared plus 2x. And then 1 times each one of these terms would give me 1x squared plus 2x plus 1. When I combine like terms, we're going to get x to the 4th power. These two will give me plus 4x to the 3rd power. These three will give me 6x squared. Should be 4 there. These two will give me 4x and then plus 1. Then this distributes and gives me 2x squared, a 4x plus 2, and then finally my 1 at the end. And so when I combine all those terms, I get x to the 4th plus 4x cubed plus 8x squared plus 8x plus 4. And this is the function for f composed with f.